Super. Sorry, Duncan. Sorry, folks. We started, I think, about 2 minutes late, and thank you for not bailing out and waiting for us as we did that.
Thank you,
If
guys.
you're, yeah, just give us a hello in the chat. Hey, Peter.
Cool.
Hey,
Perfect.
Tina. Beautiful. All right.
Okay, in the meanwhile, why don't we do a tradition of running a magic map?
Let's do it.
Just give me a meanwhile, while just give me a second while I just create an ad hoc interaction.
Is
And
that our new tradition now? Are we going to do that every time?
why not? We should.
We
I feel
should.
like
It's a
it's
new.
a part and parcel of what Stream Live is, right?
Yep.
Is this okay? Is this too generic of a question then?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Oh, it's a white theme. Okay, it's all right.
No worries.
Okay. Hello, Tina. Hello,
Are you
Rishi.
trying to are you trying to
Hello,
read the Hindi
Claudia.
part of it? Yes, it's Rishikesh.
Yeah. Okay. I know, guys. You know the drill. Type in the chat where you're joining us from. Be it
So,
Africa, America,
you got
anywhere.
people on YouTube. You got somebody on LinkedIn. Do we have any other
Yeah.
networks over here? Where else are we streaming? We're streaming on Twitch.
Yeah. We're streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on Kick, and we're streaming on Facebook as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, folks. The tradition was to say you're on mute. Yes, absolutely. That is the tradition. Yes. but for us, let's kick off this new tradition that Duncan just invented by telling us where you're joining from. And oh gosh, we have some we have some comedians in the house. We got someone saying Earth, which is good to know. I mean, unless you're Elon Musk, you're not allowed to say Earth.
Earth.
Yes, I think we're streaming on Facebook, Tina, and we should check on that. We should check if we are on Facebook. We are streaming to Facebook, right,
Yeah,
Duncan?
we are. We are.
Yeah. I mean, we believe we are. And Peter wishes he was in Ibiza, but Stream Alive has put Peter in Ibiza. Can we go to Ibiza, please?
Of course. That's Tokyo.
It's in
Ibiza.
Europe, right around Spain,
Sorry. Yeah.
on the east coast of Spain. Yep. So, Peter, that's a nice thing about Stream Alive. If you say something, if you say I live in Ibiza, or I wish I were in Ibiza, Stream Alive is just going to take Ibiza and put it out there. So, your wish has been granted because according to us, Peter Claridge is in Ibiza right now. So
Pizza.
we think of us as the genie that just grants wishes. Hey, yes, and by the way, we are live on Facebook, so there we are.
Thank you, Lakantina, for confirming. Lovely. Yes, you're here.
Yep. And we got Luxtinas in New York City, Ibiza. We got Patna, Bihar. Can you click on Patna in
Of
Bihar?
course.
Beautiful.
So I have Rishikesh from there.
Yep, you've got the Hindi Rishikesh in the chat, and you got the English Rishikesh over here. So we're getting a free language translation lesson on the fly as well, which is great. We have Wakanda. The Black Panther is from Wakanda.
It seems Lakantina knows something that we don't, huh?
Yep. I don't know. She knows that a future iteration of product is actually going to have panthers fall from the sky when someone types Wakanda. We need to have all these Easter eggs, panthers
Yeah.
flying in and magic maps and surf. Who's surfing in Sydney? And all right, it's nice. Is Bondi Beach in Sydney or is it the other side? I'm not too sure.
Not too sure. I haven't been there, but wish to be there. Maybe soon.
Neither have I. I just realized I've never been to the southern hemisphere.
Yeah?
Yep.
Maybe.
Where's the equator? Where's the equator? It goes through. Does the map show us the equator? No.
No, I don't think so. Maybe we should add that as well.
I think it goes through Ecuador or somewhere
Yes,
in.
yes.
I'm not sure. Is that why Ecuador is called Ecuador? Because it sounds like equator?
Maybe. Honestly, food for
For
thought.
another day.
I saw somebody
Yes.
commented. Alderan. What is Alderan? Is that the name of a place?
I have no clue. I'm learning new places now. What is an
Honestly.
Alderan?
I am.
It,
I don't
it
think it's
must
the name of a
be
place. Peter, can you confirm?
Alderan.
Peter's out here commenting random things. San Andreas. Alderan. Okay, nice. We're having a couple of more responses. So we have San Andreas here, Peter.
Gangnam. Is Gangnam a place in Korea? I'm guessing it is, right? Gangnam style. Is that because it's
I'm not quite sure because nothing's popping up currently.
nice. Cool. What are we doing today, Duncan?
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Then let's get down to it. So today's theme is logo evolution challenge, and as you might have guessed, or you could guess, we're going to be showing you guys a series of logos. Could be the past logo, could be the current logo. Some, we're going to show you some alterations that happen, some of the, evolution timeline of certain logos. And we're going to ask you questions, of course, just like any other Trivia Thursday. And as you know, you guys will be the participants, and all you have to do is just type the answers in the chat, and that's it. So let's have fun.
Let's have fun. And it's the 19th of December and not the 4th of May.
Tell me you
That's my
haven't seen,
answer, Peter.
tell
Exactly.
me you haven't seen Star Wars.
You know what 4th of May is, right, Duncan?
Is that Independence Day?
Oh, no.
What is it?
That is Star Wars Day. May the
Is
4th
it?
be with you.
Oh, is that the reference?
May the 4th be with you.
Oh,
Absolutely.
perfect. I didn't know
So
that. May
I
the
was trying to do a
4th.
cheeky. I was trying to do a cheeky one with Peter Claridge. Yes. What are all these weird places people are putting? I mean, is there a book that we missed in the atlas? Is there a page
I
that was torn off our atlas, or what? Like
I'm not quite sure. There's that. How do you pronounce this? Tatooine? I don't know. I know Tunisia.
Tatooine at yeah, it looks like that's another nice thing to talk about Magic Map. So if you see the spelling of Tatooine there is different from
Yeah.
what Tina put in the chat, but what Magic Maps is doing is finding any place that is close to that in terms of spelling.
Ah, I see. I
Yeah,
see.
so let's yeah.
Lovely. Okay, cool. Then how about we dive into the quiz then? Since we
Let's do
have a
it.
couple of people watching, we have 8 people watching currently. I think it's the best time to start. Okay, let's dive right into it. Okay, the first one, I hope I didn't spoil the answer just now. Okay, which popular beverage company simplified its logo to focus on the color green? Is it number one, Monster Energy? Is it number two, Sprite? Is it number three, Starbucks? Or is it number four, Spotify? Oh, is it paused? Let me resume it. Cool. Lovely.
You got Deepak from Vadodara. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And folks, so we're just looking for ones, twos, threes, and fours. So if you think it's Monster Energy, just type a one. And if you think it's Sprite, type a two. You know the drill. That's a funky background you got there. I mean, is that a
Yeah, actually, I did create this for a very special event.
hmm.
Yeah, but we never got to use it though. The sad thing. Do you remember TechCrunch?
Oh yeah?
Exactly. I
course.
created this background for TechCrunch, and I just thought it's a perfect one to use here as well, since it has a lot of emojis in the background.
We got some fours and twos coming in.
Yeah.
Sprite and Spotify and a Monster Energy.
Monster Energy, Sprite, Spotify.
No love for Starbucks.
Okay, we have a Starbucks.
We have a Starbucks, yes.
Okay.
Did you choose the gray color or is this the default thing here?
Well, I used a default template. I think so. It was it the Stormy theme, if I'm not wrong?
Oh,
Or
okay. So
it was
this is
one of the
dark and
yeah,
stormy. Okay.
yeah.
Looks dark and stormy. I love the work our design team has done with the templates and stuff and all. Oh, and speak of the devils, and we've got some of the folks from our design team joining as well. So
Welcome,
love the
Sachin.
work on template. Welcome, Sachin.
Okay, so it's pretty even between Sprite, Starbucks, and Spotify right now, very surprisingly. And what shocks me is that the question says popular beverage company, and there's people commenting Spotify.
Oh, it says beverage company. Okay.
Exactly. It seems some people are not paying attention.
Very interesting point. Very interesting point. Yes. I didn't even realize that till now.
Lux, what is this?
And I recall you had a different option there. I changed it to Spotify because I wanted to throw a
Oh,
red herring there, actually green herring there, and I changed it. I didn't realize it said beverage company. So
I
that's
was
on me.
wondering. Okay.
Sorry, but I mean, don't tell me you haven't drunk Spotify. It's
I mean, I wish I
metaphorical
could.
drinking. Yeah,
Do you start
listening,
singing?
drinking, they're all the same thing. No,
Do you
no,
start
no.
singing?
Okay,
It'd be cool, because- Okay. What
what's
is
the
the answer?
answer?
Right? Okay. The answer is Starbucks. So the fun fact. Let me throw you guys a fun fact. Oh, wait, let me show you. So this is the answer. Starbucks recently changed their logo from I don't remember the previous logo, but I think it was focused on the siren itself and not fully green, and then they shifted to fully green. Of course, with some white linings here and there to highlight the logo. But yeah, um, just give me a second. So, do you know this though, Lux? Did you guess it was Starbucks?
Uh, I thought it might be Spotify. As I said. Okay, I have a reverse question for you, right?
Yeah.
And folks, feel free to put it in the chat if you want. We're not going to run a quiz question on this, but there's one country where Starbucks changed its logo.
Hmm.
And Tina has a question. Who answered correctly? And that's a great question, Tina. I think a lot of people have asked us for that. Duncan, can you go back to the question which we
Yeah.
asked?
Of course.
One of the big feature requests, by the way, this
Right.
this kind of helps us test the product very well as well. One of the big feature requests that we had from a couple of people, I think Syed mentioned it in one of our calls, was can we have thumbnails of the people who are answering each question come up against that option, right? So Starbucks, you want to see a thumbnail of maybe Tina and Sachin and whoever else said
Mhm.
number three. Sachin said number three. So we got Sachin's thumbnail out there in the yellow from the YouTube. So why can't we pull that up and put it as part of that bar and make it look there so we can go back and say, hey, congrats to all these guys who got it right. We don't have it right now, but that's. And we do have someone else who's put a right answer. I'm going to put that out there. And by the way, this is the correct answer for the question that I asked. In Saudi Arabia, because can you go back to the logo?
Yeah. Of course.
Because the fact that it looks like a siren and a mermaid, that
Mhm.
there was a problem when they first launched in Saudi Arabia. So they had to put a thing which was only just the crown of the mermaid.
Okay.
So the joke was it looked like the mermaid had drowned because it looked like only the crown. There's water and there's a crown on top. So the mermaid had drowned down and you can't see it. But interestingly, I was just looking it up recently, and it's back to the global logo now. So now with Saudi easing up on a lot of things, it looks like they've accepted this logo in Saudi as well because the malls have Starbucks like this.
Oh, I see. I did not know that. Honestly, even
It's
the time that I was doing research, I didn't know about this. But lovely to know. Also, honestly, Saudi Arabia. Okay.
how many
Just a
questions do
fact.
we have today, Duncan?
We have about nine. I think so.
Nine.
Nine,
Okay,
10. Yeah.
so we
Exactly.
one down, eight to go. But go on, you're about to say something.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a fact I want to throw everyone about the logo. Starbucks dropped its word mark in 2011, and they wanted to have only the iconic siren to represent its global brand. So this is something that you guys can keep in mind in case you ever have a conversation about Starbucks any other day. And we're talking, and just so happen to be talking about the logo. So yeah, remember 2011. Okay,
Yep.
cool. So let's jump to the next one.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, this is just a hint. So guys, remember this letter? I think so everyone can realize it's the letter M. And the question is, which company introduced a simplified M logo in 2012? Is it one, Microsoft? Is it two, Motorola? Is it three, MGM? Or is it four, Meta?
And again, for the folks who just joined us, you just need to type a one or a two or a three or a four on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, on wherever you're consuming this right now, correct?
Mhm.
On LinkedIn. Yep.
So I don't know about you, Lux, but did you happen to see the answers for these when you went through the slides? Do you happen to see the answer for this one?
Being an
It,
absolutely honest person, I shall tell you that I saw all the answers.
ah,
Yes.
okay, okay, then I won't ask you any questions.
We got a few people saying Motorola. We got people saying Motorola, the word itself, and number two. And let's wait and see what else comes in. Okay,
Okay,
we got a lot of
seems you have.
Motorola's there.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Is this a unanimous vote?
Looks like it's a unanimous vote. We have Motorola already. And that's it. Number two. That's it. Yes. All right. Let's go for it. What is it?
Okay, and the answer is Motorola. Was it so easy? I mean,
Guessing it was. I mean, or we got Dan who thinks it's number three MGM.
MGM. Okay, lovely, lovely,
Thank you,
lovely,
Dan. Thank
lovely.
you. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us, and thank you for making this interesting and fun. Right?
Have to
We,
give
we
that a
have a
highlight.
bunch of know-it-alls over here. Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to amping up our quiz thing as well, because right now the tick and the wrong. I know we built it for the college environment. I think we need to
Yeah.
bring a lot more play and fun into it and make
Mhm.
it dance around and do some stuff. We'll get there. But
I think
what are
so.
you showing us, Duncan?
So this is the logo that Motorola changed, and a fun fact about Motorola. The minimalistic M logo is often also referred to as Batwing. I don't know why exactly Batwing, but so they have a term for it as well.
Hmm.
I think so. It represents a bat. I'm not quite sure. Maybe
Kind
Batman.
of
I
looks
don't know.
like that. I mean, no,
Yeah.
I can't unsee it. It does look like a stylistic Batman at this point. Let me ask you a question as well. Why do so many logos have blue and white?
Hmm. Is there an actual reason behind this?
There is. And I think some of the folks who are in our design team who
Hmm.
joined the stream as well would have a much better insight into it. But very, very briefly, white is generally symbolic for purity,
Okay.
and a lot of across a lot of cultures. And blue is often royal and top of its game, and blue is often like yeah, you're up there kind of a thing. So which is why you have a lot of is it trust as well? Yeah. So Rishikesh, is the blue or the white that gives trust? Blue is a social color. Yep, absolutely. I mean, Facebook, a lot of other networks who have blue, right? Blue
That's
Sky,
true.
the new
That's true.
network, which seems to be getting a lot of people from X, the network formerly known as Twitter.
I see. Well, I'm really glad when we have these trivia Thursdays. I feel I always learn something new, and here, I know what the color blue and white represent a lot. So cool, lovely. Should we jump to the next one then?
Let's do it.
Okay, I think so. The next one might be a bit more difficult, unless if people know this, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked, honestly. Okay, guys, here's your hint. This is not the full logo. I've cut out the main the main name. But the question is, so just remember this: this old-fashioned logo belongs to which fast food giant? Is it Burger King, KFC, McDonald's, or Subway?
Just show that again, please.
Yeah. You want to see the? Give me a second. Here, soak it in.
What does it say? Custom built hamburgers coast to coast, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep,
All
let's go
right.
back.
I like how Peter says it's every single SaaS company website.
Yeah, I think Peter's talking about the blue thing, right? The blue
Yeah,
and white thing. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Except Stream Alive, which is not a pure blue logo. Yes.
Aha.
Which is not to
Okay,
say that we are pure and trustworthy and all of those things, but
maybe we should have more blue. I don't know. I'm a bit indifferent to the color blue since it's also my favorite color. Fun fact: Duncan's favorite color.
you'll ask it in a future quiz.
Yeah,
Yes.
I will. I will. Okay, so
Okay.
we have a lot of Burger Kings. We have a lot of ones. sixty
We have
percent.
McDonald, and people think that because it says burgers in the previous one, it's probably not KFC and stuff. I'm not saying it is
Uh,
KFC. I'm not saying it's not, but
mhm.
just saying. Subway. You know the holding company of Subway is?
Nope.
It's called Doctor Associates.
Doctor Associates.
Yeah, I mean, our last company that I was a co-founder at, Unmetric, one of
Yeah.
our earliest customers was Subway, and the checks would come from Doctor Associates. Which, if you go to any Subway, you will see that the holding company, the franchise holding company, is Doctor Associates. I think the original founder was in med school or something when this happened. There's some
Uh,
interesting founding story, but Doctor Associates, if memory serves me right, is the holding company for Subway. Nobody thinks it's KFC, Duncan. So
should we show them the right answer?
it's yes. Let's do it. Gosh, I
Okay.
really miss the drum. I really miss a drum roll here. Yes.
The drum roll.
No,
Okay.
you do correct. Show correct answer. Some song and dance and fanfare and confetti and something happening, and
Yeah,
then
we
yeah,
should have that. Like
we'll
once
get
you
there.
click
We'll
this
get there.
button, yeah, just a 3-second drum roll, and then it just
Right.
automatically shows the answer. Okay, the answer is McDonald's.
Yep.
I mean, I get why most people thought it was Burger King because there's the word custom built hamburgers there.
Yeah.
So I guess why they got confused. So they would have been surprised. But I'm surprised Lacantina got it correct.
She did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's
He
a
was
quiz
the only one
question
who
for
got it
you.
correct. Yeah, tell me.
I think this was when the before Ray Kroc came in and everything, and when the
Mm.
original McDonald brothers were
Hmm.
were actually running it. What's the name of the character in the middle?
Of
That
this in the logo.
the chappie holding the chef who's winking. Uh,
Hmm. I'm very glad I know the answer to this question.
what
It's
is it?
the his name is Speedy, right?
Speedy.
Unless I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
Yep.
Spelled with a D-E-E, if I'm not wrong.
Speedy. Yes. And okay, since you know the answer to that, we have to take it a few notches higher. All right.
Okay.
What do they call this whole thing that they did initially with Speedy? What was it called?
I don't know, collaborate. No, it's not a collaboration. It's
I'll give you a hint. It's a three-letter acronym. It's SSS. Folks in the chat, what do you think
huh.
SSS stood for? That was the first name for what went on to become McDonald's. It's called SSS.
I have no clue. I really have no clue.
This is an Inception level quiz. We got quizzes within quizzes.
Talk about logo evolution challenge.
So the quiz is evolving as well. Right? Hey, Duncan, quick time check. Are we behind time? It looks like we are, right? We should
Yeah,
have
we
been
are.
at about
We are.
four or
We are.
five
We are. We
questions.
are.
Okay, I
Yeah, yeah.
promise you. I
Okay.
promise you. Shut up and not. By the way, SSS, just to put everybody out of their misery,
Okay.
is Speedy's service system. Because McDonald's, if you think about it, at that time, and they didn't even Slim Shade. I actually like Tina's answer better, so we're going to change the answer to
Slim Shady.
Slim Chef Shady. Yes, that's the shadiest answer I've heard with the worst spellings, but I love it. And
Eminem would
somebody
be proud.
somebody is telling us that they have a Chat GPT subscription, but that is absolutely the right answer. Speedy service system, and McDonald's is really about a system, right? It's a franchise system. It's like an assembly line system that they'd made, and
Mhm.
this was before they even introduced fries, their most profitable
Uh,
item into the menu. So this was when they were just burgers, and they had a beautiful system to replicate service each time with the winking chef. So Speedy service.
uh, I see. I see. Okay.
Let's move
So
on.
let's. Yeah. Okay. The next
GPT
one.
should be banned. Yep. GPT and or Rishikesh should be banned. I will keep quiet. I should be banned henceforth. Go for it, Duncan.
Okay. Cool. Here's another hint for you guys. I'll give you like 2 seconds to just really soak this up. And the question for this logo is: this was the first ever logo of which now famous company? Is it Atari, Alibaba, Adobe, or Amazon?
So Atari, Alibaba, Adobe, and Amazon, right?
Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. GPT should be banned, says Tina.
Yep, totally. I agree.
Well, but I feel like Rishikesh and ChatGPT comes as a package, you know?
Yeah, I think they kind of joined at the hip, right?
Yeah,
You can't get one
exactly.
without the other. It's like Rishi GPT. Yes, no, that's true. Is Rishi streaming with us tomorrow?
Uh, I think so. He is. He's
Oh,
pretty
I mean,
excited. He's going to show
is
us
he?
some
I mean,
polls.
I guess he is. But after seeing this today, probably he's like having second thoughts. Like, I don't want to hang around with these jokers.
Come on, Rishi. It's not. We're not that bad, yeah. Trust me, you love it. You love it. You love it here. Okay, so we have some Adobe. Adobe. Is it Adobe or Adobe? Is that
It's
correct?
Adobe, I think. It's
It's
Adobe.
Adobe.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's actually a material, right? It's actually
Is it?
yeah, it's actually in New Mexico, if I remember right. There's a lot of the houses, the architecture there is called Adobe. Look it up, actually.
Huh.
Yeah, so I'll show you some. Can I share a screen here as well? I can,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just keep that on. I'll bring my screen as well. But
Cool.
here goes.
Hmm.
Yeah, several. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so all those buildings, they're kind of Adobe architecture. It's like considered an Adobe house. It's got that rounded
I
corners.
see.
It looks very beautiful, and it's in Santa Fe and New Mexico. You have a lot of places like this. It's a place I hope to go to sometime. Look at that picture; it's gorgeous, right?
Yeah, it's honestly very beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
So did you say it was a material? You're
It's
saying
it's.
it's a,
I don't know if it's a
or is
style
it
of
a form of
architecture.
yeah.
So look at that; it's an Adobe style house.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know exactly, but I remember it's used in the context of houses in New Mexico.
I see.
But but interestingly, this is the Adobe logo, which is the current logo, and looks like the logo you asked, and therefore I think a lot of people
Hmm.
guessed Adobe. You can pull my screen out. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay,
So a lot of people think it's Adobe, and I love this question. Tell us the answer.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised we didn't have any other people saying any other answers. Okay, but the
Don't
correct
let them
answer
put any
is
other answer. Go for it.
Amazon.
That is Amazon. Absolutely. The thing you see meandering there is the Amazon River, right?
Yeah. So the original logo was actually a symbolic representation of the Amazon River. And very surprisingly, this is another fun fact, but the current logo, right? The Amazon with the smiling arrow, it actually highlights their A to Z service. Do you know what the A to Z service is?
No, like everything's from A to Z.
In what way? What are you trying to say? Everything's A to
Every
Z.
single thing you need from the letter A to the letter Z that starts with those letters is available
It's
on Amazon.
well, that's a good guess, but unfortunately, it's not. So it's when I googled it and I checked it out and I did some research. It seems that some reference to their guarantee about how, you know, it's like their how to explain it. Um, it's like their form of giving guarantee that since they're buying from third party sellers, right? That irrespective who you buy it from, you can always return it back. You can always get your
Okay.
refunds. You always get your deliveries on time, and so that's why I say A to Z.
Let me ask you two questions about Amazon. I'm willing to bet you haven't heard before.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm glad that you started with that.
Okay. Uh, when Jeff Bezos started Amazon, I mean,
Okay.
he chose the word Amazon because
Hmm.
it's he wanted a generic name. It's big. He wanted something. There's a whole bunch of things, but it was not the first choice of name.
Okay.
When he first called his lawyer, he called it Cadabra.
Huh. Okay.
So why did he call it Cadabra, and why did it not become? Why did they not register it as Cadabra? By the way, folks on the chat, if you want, feel free to chime
This
in
is
as well.
this is beyond me to know. This is like like you said, you as you termed it, the inception level questions out here.
And that's the nice
I
thing
don't
about
know.
these trivia things, right? I think they're a good trigger for. They just remind you of stuff. I mean, some of these things I googled up
Ah,
and looked up, and some of these are things that you remember, but I think they spur a lot of interesting conversation, right? So interestingly, Cadabra came from abracadabra,
okay.
right? So they said it's just like magical, like cadabra,
Okay.
and therefore he wanted abracadabra and cadabra. And magic, absolutely. Tina actually got it. She said something to do with magic, and abracadabra is exactly what it is, right? And Peter has got the second part of the answer correct. His lawyer said it meant something else. Peter almost got it, not meant something else. When Jeff Bezos told his lawyer, "I want this company to be called Cadabra,"
Hmm.
the lawyer misspelled. Peter's getting closer. Misheard it as cadaver, which is dead body.
Okay.
So he said, "You don't want to start a company that means dead body because people are going to think something else about what you do for a business." So his lawyer misheard it, and therefore it didn't become Cadabra. But here's the second question.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos actually came up with another name for it called, you know what the name was? Remarkable.
Remarkable. That was
So
the
can I
name.
share?
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I pull my screen back in?
Of course. Of course. Of course.
So let me do a bit of abracadabra over here. So just pull that screen I'm sharing.
Yeah.
Yep. And what I'm going to do here is go to remarkable.
Oh, we're still. We don't see any typing.
Okay, I'm going to remarkable.com basically.
Okay.
Can you see it now if I'm
No,
typing it here?
we're still. Okay. Yeah, we see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to remarkable.com. And there is a remarkable thing in everything. But if you go to the website, remarkable.com,
Hmm.
you can't see my browser tab on top,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. We
guessing.
can see it.
So
Yeah.
yeah. But trust me, I'm going to remarkable.com.
Okay.
Wait, it's not remarkable. It's something else. Reputable or remarkable. One of them. It
Okay.
actually goes. I obviously goofed up over here, but there was a term like that starting with R, which actually goes to Amazon. I will pull it up before the end of it, or somebody please chat GPT it or Google it and tell me what the word is. But remarkable or one of those words which is an attribute, and they put that out, and that's kind of what became Amazon.
Ah, I see.
I'm
Okay.
slowing us down. We are way behind time. Let's go for
It's
this.
all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Okay. The next one then, guys, is so we have four logos here. We have Coca-Cola, we have Pepsi, we have Nike, and we have Ford, right? And the question for these four logos is, which of these brands has kept the same logo since its inception? Oh, that was. Is it Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nike, Ford? I mean, I feel like this is a difficult question. What do you think? Oh, in a range of 1 to 10,
Do
how
you know why
difficult is this
Nike?
question?
What Nike is originally the name?
Um, I just saw it earlier. I forgot. You mean the first name, right? It was some
It's
blue. Was it? I forgot.
no, it's actually the Greek goddess of victory.
Greek goddess of victory.
Yeah. So it's an angel or goddess of victory. So in
Okay.
fact, I don't know which place in the UK, Victoria something has Nike there, and in Calcutta, in India,
Mm-hmm.
the Victoria Memorial, which is a big building there that the British built in Calcutta,
Mm-hmm.
actually has a statue on the top, which is a statue of Nike, the Greek goddess of victory, on the
Okay.
Victoria Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
the
that's
answers are
cool.
coming in. We got Nike and Coca Cola.
Okay, so it's a tie right now.
Hmm.
I like how everyone. Nobody thinks it's Pepsi or Ford. Okay, Pepsi has had a lot of changes. I assume most would not choose Pepsi, but Ford, has Ford ever changed its logo? I can't recall.
Our audience thinks it hasn't. Hey,
Oh,
by the way, I found what word I was looking for. It's not remarkable. It was relentless.
or relentless.
So if you actually go to relentless.com, it's going to redirect to amazon.com because Jeff Bezos registered that URL decades ago and has owned
Ah,
it ever since. So try it out at your end. Go to relentless.com and tell me where it goes.
it took me to Amazon.com.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Bezos would be proud if he heard you, yeah.
Gives me some Amazon shares. I'm not going to say no.
Count me in. Count me in. Okay, lovely. Oh, it seems Nike. Is it again? Am I mispronouncing this? Is it Nike or Nike?
I think it's Nike. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. All right. So should we go for the right answer now? Or are we still getting some more
Let's let's
clarity?
let's, let's go for the right answer.
Okay, but the correct answer is Coca-Cola. So, a fun fact of about Coca-Cola is that its cursive logo, and this, which I think was the first, when it first created, it was in 1887, has mostly remained unchanged. Unlike the other, its other competition brands like Pepsi and all the other brands as well. But Coca-Cola stuck true to its logo. Maybe some
Wow.
small changes, but the cursive, everything's the same since the start.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and I believe recently they also registered a new slight change of a font or something they did recently. They registered a new font as well called
Hmm.
TCCC, the Coca-Cola company font or something like that happened a few years ago.
Okay.
Did you do this when you were growing up as a kid? Did you have that half a circle, fuller circle, half a circle A, half a
No.
circle, fuller circle, right angle A? No,
No, what is this? Is this a
Coca-Cola. Half a
was that
circle is C, a fuller circle is O, half a circle is C,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and right angle is L. So half a circle, half a circle A, half a circle, fuller
For a
circle, right
circle.
angle A. Okay, I'm kind of, this is ancient school
Yeah.
corridor speak. Let's move on.
Okay, lovely. The next one is so this is your
Okay.
hint. We just give 2-3 seconds for people to just have a look at it.
So
Uh
this was the logo of a company, is it?
yeah, it was. It was.
And the white bands are where the
Ah, that
logo, the company has mentioned, and you removed it.
Yes, that was
because
my
you're because you're a
best
cruel
effort.
person.
Yeah, that was my best effort to remove the. I'm a design guy. I tried my best. Okay, okay.
You
Either
have
way.
you have many talents, but we shall keep you out of the design department.
Okay, this was the original logo of which company? Type in the name of the company. And I think so. This is a transient thoughts, or was it a word
I
cloud?
think it's a word cloud. Yeah.
Ah, it's a word cloud.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
thought I'll make it a little tougher over here. So if you go back to the picture, actually,
Yeah.
just put it one more time.
Hmm.
Take a look at it, folks, and let's go to the next one now. Yep. Okay. I shall not comment on the pictures. Tempting to comment and say something, but let's wait for some words to come in. So, folks, we're looking for a. I can tell you it's less than 3 words. It's three or less. Company name, and if you put that in, that's going to populate the. But someone who thinks is asking us if it's Apple. We know the answer,
Hmm.
but
And I don't
so
know, but
his answer is app.
Apple.
Here as well. I mean, if you mouse over and figure out who gave that answer, it'll be interesting to say this.
Yeah. Right now we just have a count.
We got an Apple question mark and we got an Apple.
Hmm.
Shouldn't we blend that into one? No, I mean, I guess Apple question mark is different from
Yeah.
Apple question mark is it Apple? And Apple is Apple. Okay. But the next avatar of Streamer Live will actually figure this out, I think, for word clouds and just figure out the
Yeah.
interesting words and put it in there. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Bell
for
Labs.
now, I think so. It just figures out if there's like a misspelled word, right?
Yep.
So, okay. Bell Labs.
Very interesting guess. Very
Honestly, I've
interesting.
never heard of Bell Labs. Is that a
So
company that
AT&T
does?
is probably you know the company AT&T, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
AT&T used to be called AT&T Bell Labs,
Hmm.
and the Bell Labs is from Alexander Graham Bell, who invented the telephone.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right.
So interestingly, the place where we stay here in Jersey, the train line that runs between New York to
Hmm.
here has a whole bunch of stations in between, like Murray Hill, New Providence, Gillette, and these are where a lot of the baby Bell companies that Graham Bell and all these guys did, and afterwards Edison was in the area. So a lot of invention happened here. I
Hmm.
think Shockley was also here, who invented the semiconductor, was also for some time here or something I've heard. But yeah, AT&T, PDA. Then they released the Newton PDA. Okay. Oh, Peter saying, Bell Labs released the Newton PDA. Was that Apple? I'm not sure which one.
Hmm.
But this is a great example of what happens with the word cloud. So someone like Peter put a sentence, and we just need to pull a word or two from the sentence right now.
Hmm.
Otherwise, the sentence kind of distorts the entire word cloud, and that's something that Rohit is actually working on with our new
Ah,
avatar of word cloud. So that should be it's an intelligent word cloud.
I see. I see. That's good. That's great, though. I
It's a
mean,
one.
you.
What's the
Okay.
answer?
Okay. The answer is. Oh wait. Wasn't
Oh,
this
actually,
the?
yeah. See. I told you we shouldn't give multiple choice because everyone would have guessed Apple. They guessed it even without the options.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
Duncan thought you folks wouldn't get anything right. I thought you'd get everything right. So hey, you can decide who respects you more. But so I said let's knock the choices off and make it a free form open ended question.
Yeah, yeah.
You
You,
choose.
you you did right. You did the right thing, Lux. Honestly, I think you did the right thing. Okay, but
What's
the
the answer?
answer is Apple.
Yep.
Yeah. And a fun fact about Apple: Apple's first logo was designed in 1976, but was quickly replaced because it was too detailed and not as modern as Steve Jobs wanted. So, yeah, the reason why I thought that most people might not get this, even though of course there's, you know, the iconic tree and the apple there, right? But I just thought that people would not know it was Apple because it just looks like look at the logo.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy how the logos used to look like this back then.
So here's a one of the two fun questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Both Steve Jobs with Apple and Jeff Bezos with
Mm.
Amazon had one common objective with both those names. What is it?
I hmm.
Yep, I think we should make the Stream Alive logo look more like this. Absolutely agree.
Honestly, Lux, I've thought about it. I really don't know, but I know they both represent like Amazon. It's because it represented the Amazon River, right? I mean,
Okay, you're
so that's
thinking too deeply about it.
is it okay?
It's very simple. It's because it's both with the letter A, and therefore it comes right on top of the list when you're putting it in any alphabetically sorted list.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I see.
And here's a second very fascinating thing about Apple, right? I mean, Apple was founded by the two Steves, right? Steve
Uh-huh.
Jobs and Steve Wozniak, as we all
Mm.
know. There was a third person who was involved in the initial founding stages, who was actually an engineer at Atari, and he owned I forget his name, but he owned about 10% of the company.
Okay.
And then 3 months or so after the company started, I think he changed his mind and decided not to continue with the company. They're going through some rough waters, as a lot of startups do, and decided to sell his stake, the 10%, back to the two Steves, and he sold it for the princely sum of $800. So 10% of Apple at that time he decided was worth $800, which means the
Okay.
company totally was worth about $8,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he gave that, and uh, once that happened, around that time was when they were also deciding the name. So one of the
Okay.
other reasons that Steve Jobs wanted the word Apple was because in the telephone directory, which is a thing that we used to use during our time, this thing's called telephone directories.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Used to, sorry, I'm just riffing with you, but the word Apple would come before Atari.
I see. Oh,
So, right, so he wanted Apple to come. I mean, he wanted a name that comes before Atari as well. So that was another little thing why he was very happy with the word Apple, since it came before Atari in the telephone directory. So there's a lot of phenomenal stories behind these logos and the thinking that happened behind it. Right,
I
I
mean,
think it's
talk about
beautiful.
competition.
Yeah, Ronald
Okay.
Wayne, apparently the guy who designed the logo.
Oh, was it Ronald?
Yep. Our
Wayne.
local
Ah,
embedded chat GPT within
yes,
this
yes.
this live stream has told us that. Yep.
I see. Thank you, Rishikesh. Okay, the next question, guys, is the company's original logo displayed its full name before being simplified to just initials. Which company is it?
Hey, all good, Rishikesh. Keep spamming. It's fun. It's not spamming.
No problem.
And someone's going to spam you when you start streaming, if that's what you're calling it. So that's good. Why the bite? I think that's an interesting question. Why the bite in the apple?
Ah,
Is it the proverbial apple from the Garden of Eden, or I don't know, or is
could
it
be.
like
That is a good
it's
guess.
incomplete and you need to come? I'm sure there's a story behind it as well. Yeah. Okay, we got how many more questions do we have, Duncan?
I think so. We should be running through them pretty quick. I think so we have like one,
Don't show the answers.
two.
Don't show the
I didn't show the
answers.
answers. I just did this one, and we had two.
Okay, cool. We should
Yeah,
stick to our promise of finishing in time. So,
yeah.
all right.
Why the bite? That is a very interesting question. You know, I googled it just now. I wrote Amazon bite because I thought it understood what I meant, but it's showing me a bug bite thing. Bug bite suction tool, mosquito insect. Wow, crazy.
So I think we got Tina saying IBM, few people saying HP, and what's the answer?
And the answer. Okay. Okay. We don't have any Intel or Dell. Oh,
I guess people
okay.
haven't seen the I logo or the D logo, and that kind of helps.
Well, that's true. Okay. And the answer is IBM.
So, I mean, this is a bit of a technicality. So, people might
Mhm.
say it's HP as well, but HP still is Hewlett Packard. It's not just HP, but IBM
Uh-huh.
is actually not using the International Business Machines thing as part of their name
Yeah.
anymore. And that's
Yeah.
the difference. So, while both of them use the abbreviated logos, one of them doesn't use its original name anymore, which is IBM.
Mm.
Hey, Syed,
Hey,
joining
I
late.
joined.
Yep, good to have you, Syed. Thanks for joining us. And by the way, Duncan, like I told you, in some future editions, once we get this in a good rhythm,
Yeah.
Syed loves trivia and is going to be our quiz master for one of these. So we need to get some really tough questions that even Syed can't crack for that one.
That'll be difficult. I feel like that'll be a tall task. But you know what? Always up for the challenge. Okay, just
Meme quiz. We should have a
yeah.
meme quiz with him. Yeah. Hey, so here's a
Yeah.
question for folks who came in. What is the connection between IBM and Space Odyssey, the movie?
I don't know. It's sad that every time you ask the questions, always I don't know. These questions of yours are like some next level stuff. Yeah, Lux.
BMI. I wonder what BMI is. BMI.
Uh, if you look at the logo for IBM, it's
Mhm.
actually as Said said here, it's Business International Machines, as in the way they're lined up.
Oh, okay.
That's
BIM.
why
BIM.
BIM.
Yes. Say that. Yes.
Oh wait, BMI. Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Basal metabolic index. Ah, Mr. Peter Claridge has the right answer there. It is indeed HAL. HAL. So the computer in Space Odyssey, the movie, is called
Mhm.
HAL.
Okay.
So here's a guessable question, Duncan. Why HAL?
Why HAL?
And
That's a guessable question.
the name of the largest computer. Yes.
Why HAL?
Yep. I mean, Peter's got his math mixed up a little bit, but he's got the gist of it. H is greater than I. I mean, H comes one letter before I.
Hmm.
A comes one letter before B, and
Okay.
L comes one letter before M. So HAL is ahead of IBM. So HAL is ahead of IBM was kind of the reference over there. And side meant BIM, by the way, you're right. It was Business International Missions, BIM, not
Okay.
BMI. So we done IBM, we done BMI, we done BIM, we done HAL. We get four acronyms for the price of one. Gosh, this is an amazing quiz. Let's move on.
Okay, cool. Lovely. Okay, the next one is which clothing and accessory brand attempted a major logo change in 2010 but reverted after public backlash? And I think this is transient thoughts, right? Lux?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure. It's your
it
quiz, my
is.
friend.
So, guys, go ahead. What do you want the thought bubble to be? Okay, Saeed was.
Wow, is that what it's the actual thing they pretended for it? Heuristically programmed algorithmic computer.
So that's a full
Hmm?
form of HAL.
I don't know.
I mean,
You
he's
know what is
highlighting the A and the L and the H. It's capitalized.
yet another heuristic officious oracle?
What is it?
Yahoo.
Yahoo?
If you see what is the full form of Yahoo, this is what they pretended was the full form. Yet another heuristic officious oracle.
Oh,
And when he said heuristically, I cannot remember that.
okay. Lovely. I'm learning. I'm learning. Lovely. These are things I can really show off if I go talk to people. If I bring this up.
And hopefully they haven't attended this live stream. But as long as hey, one day you're gonna have that problem. The whole world is gonna be here for these streams, and then you're gonna struggle to find somebody at that party who you can
Yeah,
impress with these facts because everyone's been here for the Stream Alive live stream, right? 1 year from now.
that's a worthwhile trade. I feel like that's a worthwhile trade.
Okay, which clothing and accessory brand attempted that logo change and then said, "Nah, we're gonna stick to the old one," right?
Yeah.
Folks, clothing, apparel, 2010.
We don't have any fashionistas.
Yep. I mean, there are a lot of brands in the early 2000s, a lot of recent clothing brands. Think of the brands that came in the gap between those two places. So,
Hmm. Hmm. I
give us a
can't say.
hint.
I think I'm just saying. Gap question mark. Herbies. Lux, you honestly
Uh,
gave it away, huh?
I just said gap, and Peter thinks it's gap. Like, I mean, come on, I wouldn't give it away like that.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. We'll see. Okay, we have Gap and Hermes.
It's and polo. Okay, I think let's yeah, more, yeah, polo came in there. Let's go for it.
Okay. And the correct answer is Gap.
What's the story there?
Okay. So the thing is, this is a very funny fact, okay? But Gap's logo change, it was so disliked that they had to revert it to the original, like with the fully blue one, within a week of it actually coming out. That's how bad it was. I'm not quite sure why people hated it so much. Do you have any guesses, Lux? Looking at the one on the right.
Because it was blue and white and blue and white.
That's why there's a
Yep.
bias between blue and white.
I mean, we talked about blue and white and why it's important, right? So blue and white logos. Yes.
That's true. That's true. Okay. If is that such a isn't that such a petty reason though?
No, I have no clue. Right?
Okay, yeah, at least in case you didn't know, now you know. Okay, now we're up to our last one. Okay, guys, so I need you guys to be focused. The next question is, this logo dropped its name entirely, keeping only the symbol. What company is it? Is it Adidas? Is it Puma? Is it Reebok? Or is it Nike? Nike. Sorry.
Said has an answer as to why people didn't like the name Gap. So.
Because people on the internet hate stuff. That's their thing. Honestly, he's not even wrong. He's not wrong.
And yeah, no one likes change. That's also true.
I see. That's true. I feel bad for Gap.
Did you remember when Prince dropped his name altogether? The singer?
Prince the singer? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know that?
Did he drop his name altogether?
Yeah,
What did
there was
he
a period where he said, "I'm not going by the name Prince anymore. I'm going by a symbol." And it was like a symbol of the circle with the plus and the arrow, the male and female symbols, and he had both
Uh-huh.
of them
Yeah.
blended. And it's a very stylistically beautifully done,
Mm-hmm.
kind of both the genders in that symbology kind of a thing.
Okay.
But then I think there's a problem. I mean, this was a time when you had cassettes and CDs, and people didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what to go and ask for in the shops, right? I mean, give me that singer, that
The one
singer,
with the
the one with the like this. How do you ask for? So I don't know what the actual story is, but after a while, he came back and said that the symbol has a name. So the symbol's name was Christopher.
symbol's
Seriously,
name was Christopher. So
yeah.
the
So
symbol
Prince,
had a name though.
yeah, Prince was no longer a name. His name, I mean, the name that he would go by, he'd go by the symbol. But to make it easy for people, the symbol had a name, and that is Christopher.
And
Okay.
Peter, very fortunately, when it comes to music, it doesn't matter how old it is. It's a topic that I'm pretty specialized in. So Prince is not a name I haven't heard of.
My, my apologies. I shall atone for this by having Duncan play
Hey,
music
no,
in the future
no,
live stream.
no. Please, this is
You are an
supposed to be for
amazing
trivia.
musician. I know that for a fact. The world needs to know.
Maybe. Okay, fine. If we ever hit a hit, how about this? We put a mark of how many viewers we have, concurrent viewers. If we hit that mark, I'll sing
50?
50. Fine. Cool.
Okay, folks, we have to get 50 concurrents, and then Duncan sings for his supper.
Thanks for this. Okay, so Prince changed
Oh,
his
this
name
is wow. I didn't know this.
to protest against Warner Bros. Control over his music
Warner
when it
Brothers, yeah.
came.
Wow,
Ah, okay. Lovely.
interesting.
Now we know. Now we know. Okay. Should we look at the answer? So we have
Yep.
like 71% of people saying that's Nike, 14 for Reebok, and 14 for Puma. No Adidas. Okay. All right. And the correct answer is Nike. Lovely.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, ending on a high note with everybody getting the answer right, but it's beautiful, right? They just use the swoosh now, as we, I mean, the swoosh
Yeah.
as we call it,
Swoosh.
right?
Yeah.
And that was the original one. I think it was in blue, though, the blue ribbon sports.
Yeah. That was the first. Was it the first one?
That is the original name, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you know why a lot of people do blue ribbons?
Nope.
So the blue ribbon, even if you see, all your school stuff which you get, right? The side they missed you during the elections, but thank you for that. When all that when you get a medal and you get those little things with they're mostly blue ribbons with those two ribbons coming out and the
Yes,
rubbery
yes,
thing
yes,
around
yes,
it.
yes, 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 yes.
And the original name is blue. It's still pronounced, I think, ribbon, Riband, blue ribbon, which was actually an award given for the fastest Atlantic crossing. So it was when ships used to race across on the Atlantic, the award they get for being faster was called the blue ribbon, which then became so blue ribbon became a thing for speed and being on top of things.
Oh, okay. So that's how it came to be.
And I mean, you have Pabst Blue Ribbon, which is a beer over here. You have Blue Ribbon Sports. In India, you have Blue Ribbon Gin, which we used to
Well,
drink when we were in college.
honestly, I've not even heard of the drink yet.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Gosh, you're getting so many other facts. He's paid $60 or so. Oh my god! Oh wow! Yeah, I think that's what Phil Knight, right, the founder of Nike, when he made it with
Hmm.
the waffle iron and all those stories where they actually put rubber into a waffle iron to make it a sole or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. I didn't know that.
there's a movie around it too. I forget the
Ah,
name, Shoe Dog or something like that. Yeah.
okay.
Might be mixing up my stuff here, but these were
Okay,
fun questions, Duncan.
yeah,
Thank you.
we've reached the end of the trivia. Thank you for joining, guys. Again.
Are we running the winning wheel? Can we run that?
Oh yeah, actually we should, right?
Yeah,
We
let's
should.
let's take the top 10 people for the multiple choice questions. I want to see how
Okay.
that works. So let's pull up the winning wheel.
Okay.
And isn't there a
Your top scorers or
yeah top score? Let's put okay 7, 9, whatever. Let's take the top 9. Yes. Okay. So from all the multiple choice, right?
yeah,
Okay. And you got 9, so top 10 doesn't make any sense. So let's take the top 10. Okay. Let's see what happens.
top 10?
Yep.
So we have nine commenters. Okay.
So let's see if it puts a shadow commenter or what happens.
Do you want to choose any specific team?
Go for it.
How about you put Earth? No, actually, it'll cover up the wheel.
Yeah.
Mahogany?
Sounds good. Go for it.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Can you say the names as they're spinning around fast, please?
I can't even read it, honestly. It's too much. With Dan.
Dan, who I think got the least number of answers right, but I'm not judging. And who came in midway, but
He had a good question, though. Remember, he asked, why the bite for Apple?
yeah. And Said, can we have something for Dan? And Said answers us saying he's going to give Dan $35. So.
$35. Wow, Said.
Not to put Said on the spot, but that's what Said says that Nike paid for the designer. But congratulations, Dan. We don't have anything for you today. We will in future editions, but you have our admiration, joy, and gratitude. And thank you everybody else for joining us for this amazing session. We're going to end up exactly an hour before the minute. I mean, a minute before the hour.
Mhm.
But this is fantastic. Thank you, Duncan. Any last
Thanks,
words before we
guys.
wrap?
Well, I think so. I've already said it one too many times, but again, we both of us appreciate each and every person who joined, and we're looking forward to seeing you more for the future live sessions as well. So
Live at 11 Eastern time. That's when we are going to be doing it every Thursday. We are planning to do stuff on other days as well. So tomorrow we might do something as well, right? So let's, yep. Dan, that's not fair. As in the you winning or not getting the $35. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but maybe both. Thank you for joining us. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays.
happy holidays.
See
Okay,
ya.
see you guys.